We made it to the end of another work week. Well, not quite. Still got to get through Friday, but it is Friday. It is the 6th day of March, 2020. I am Dan Kuntz. Thanks for wrapping up your week here on the NCW Live channel. What a week it's been. It's just been a lot this week. It's been a big week, I guess is the best way to put it. An adult portion, no doubt about that. So we've all, I think, earned a weekend. We all have your weekend weather forecast. It's going to be cloudy today, maybe a little bit of rain. Morning clouds Saturday, sunshine Saturday afternoon. Temperature's going to cool back down to normal. Complete details are coming up weather-wise, and we'll take you up to the major mountain passes, see what your travel conditions are like. We'll touch on news. We got sports, a mixed bag. The Cashmere boys losing in the quarterfinals yesterday, but the Cashmere girls had no problems at all with Annie Wright. Eric will be checking in from the Sun Dome in Yakima, and also part 4 of his Quest for the Gold Ball series about the Cashmere girls basketball team. That's coming up. Of course, the Wenatchee Wild, it's win or their season's over tonight. They got a home game against the Vernon Vipers. We'll preview that. Plus, we have the obscure holiday. You got some celebrity birthdays today in history. Mike McNally's got an opinion. And we're going to replay the interview that I did with Jane and Kevin Vituli that we did a couple of weeks ago at the Pybus Public Market, because the event that they're talking about, Nick's Bricks. Nick is the late son of Kevin and Jane. And Nick's Bricks, the big Lego event, is tomorrow morning at the Pybus Public Market, where communities meet. So we're going to air that interview again. You're going to learn a lot about Nick's Bricks. It's good stuff. You're going to like it. That's coming up in the back half of the hour. A couple minutes after the hour, let's take you around the valley with the Valley View cameras. Again, we're starting off with the cross camera. We always do, as long as the camera is available to us. You can see a few high clouds out there. Mostly it's clear and 36 degrees. Sun's been up for about a half an hour. Came up at 6:30 this morning. Sunset tonight, 5:54. That's 11 hours and 24 minutes of daylight, but that's all going to change. The daylight's not going to change, but the time is going to change. Of course, we have daylight saving kicks in on a Sunday. So Sunday morning, early Sunday morning at 2 o'clock, it all of a sudden becomes early Sunday morning at 3 o'clock. We only have 23 hours in the day on Sunday. Then we get it back, or supposed to anyway, come November. Not a big fan of daylight saving time. So by this time next week, when we get together on Monday, it'll be dark again. That's our cross camera. Good work. Okay, camera number 2. It's Megan. Of course, she gets to decide from this point forward. That looks like Stamen Flats to me. Am I correct? Oh, that is Stamen Flats. Yeah, thank you very much. There's the Mighty Columbia. Way down there, you can see just a little bit of the Aniak Valley and the Aniak River, where it dumps out into the Mighty Columbia River. Stamen Flats is decision time, of course, for you folks heading up to Chelan on US 97A, if you're going to go through the Navarre Cooley Road and pop out of the state park, or keep right on 97A through the Knapsail Tunnel and into the beautiful hamlet of Chelan. That's the time we have to make up your mind. Good morning to our friends in Stamen Flats. Camera number 3. Oh, is that Hose Landing? No, that's Lake Chelan. So that would have to be either Upper Butte, Lower Butte. That's the Upper Butte camera. We have 2 cameras at the Chelan Butte with what do you call those things? The people who attach wings to their back and jump off mountains. Forgot what they're called. Yeah, paragliders. That's where the paragliders jump off. An incredible view there. So Manson is dominating your view. And we say good morning to our friends up at Lake Chelan from the Upper Butte area. Camera number, I've lost track. 4, 3, I don't know. 4. That's the Two Rivers camera. So we say good morning to Lake Wenatchee. That's the very top of Lake Wenatchee, on down to the bottom of Lake Wenatchee. Looks like the ice is all but gone now at Lake Wenatchee area. It's not quite bright enough for that camera to go from black and white to color. It's an automatic thing. When it gets light enough, it switches to color automatically. When it gets dark, it switches to black and white, so you can at least see something out there. Good morning to our friends at Lake Wenatchee. I did not make it up to the lake this winter. I still got time. It's not winter yet. The spring solstice is until, spring equinox is until March 19th, something like that. Can't remember off the top of my head. It's Friday. I'm happy to be here. 5 minutes after the hour, let's do the weather forecast. Patriot Plumbing, Heating, and Cooling gives your home a hug. Here comes the van. There you go. And again, we're going to have lots of clear skies this morning, but a frontal system is going to start arriving later on today. That means as the day progresses, the clouds will be thickening up. Could even see a little bit of light rain late this afternoon. I don't think that's going to happen. We're supposed to get up to right around 54 or 55 for the afternoon high. We had 50 yesterday. In fact, yesterday was about a normal March day as you can get. For the 5th day of March, our high was 50, our normal high would be 50, our low was 31, our normal low was 32. So just a normal day yesterday. But again, clouds thickening up today. Slight chance of some light rain. Could see a light rain-snow mix. I don't think that's going to happen tonight. Snow level goes down to about 1,000 feet. Lots of clouds. 36 for the overnight low. I don't think we're going to get any rain or snow anyway. Slight chance of a slight rain-snow mix early Saturday morning. Then a little bit of light rain, and then the sun will come out. So by the time we get to Saturday afternoon, it'll be mostly sunny. So clouds in the morning, sun in the afternoon Saturday. High temperature right around 47, 48 degrees. Look how cool it's going to get on Saturday night, all the way down to 26. Lots of sunshine Sunday. It's going to take a while to warm up, though. And a high of 48. In fact, all of next week, for the most part, looks pretty sunny and pretty dry with a gradual warming trend back up near 60 by Wednesday and Thursday. But again, increasing clouds throughout the course of the day today. By the time the sun goes down, it'll be cloudy. Could see a little bit of light rain tonight into Saturday. Saturday morning cloudy, Saturday afternoon sunny, and then we have lots of sunshine for the balance of the weekend and into the early part of next week. So that's a look at your weather forecast. Let's take you up to the Cascades from the Washington State Department of Transportation. It's their cameras. Thank you very much, guys and gals. We appreciate it. I-90 kind of cloudy there. It is snowing at the summit of Snoqualmie Pass. It's not sticking to the roadway, as you can tell. There are no advisories or restrictions. The roadway is bare and wet. It's not snowing real hard. As soon as it hits the asphalt, it dissipates, so no problems on Snoqualmie Pass. Stevens Pass does have a traction tire advisory. Light snow coming down on Stevens Pass. You'll find some pockets of snow and slush on the roadway, so they have a traction tire advisory there. And as far as blue is concerned, no advisories, no restrictions, nothing coming down out of the sky. The roadway is bare and dry. They're expecting only about an inch or so of snow today in the Cascades. Little bit of snow tonight, little bit of snow on Saturday, little bit of snow on Saturday night. No real significant snowfall is expected in the mountain passes. We're talking 2 or 3 inches of snow over the weekend, and that's really about it. So the plows can certainly handle that kind of snow accumulation. So once again, to recap, traction tires are advised on Stevens. No advisories, no restrictions on Blewett. And on I-90, it's snowing lightly on I-90, a little bit heavier on Stevens, but it doesn't look like you're going to have too much trouble getting over the mountain passes to grandmother's house. 8 minutes after the hour. Going to take a break. Come back with your Friday morning news. You're watching Wake Up Wenatchee Valley. We're live this morning from Studio 6 in downtown Wenatchee on the NCW Live channel.
My name is Lacey Haggerty, and I am a nurse midwife with Columbia Valley Community Health. I love all aspects of my job because it is a profession that's very committed to empowering women to make decisions in their health care that feel best for them. It's incredibly valuable to me as a midwife that I get to take care of women throughout their whole lifespan. I hope to see you at a future visit because I know you'll love having midwifery care.
The WIAA presents the Hardwood Classic 1A Basketball Tournament, sponsored by the Dairy Farmers of Washington and Les Schwab Tires. Watch live coverage of the Cashmere Girls from the Sun Dome in Yakima with the NFHS Network. Local coverage brought to you by Automoca, serving you in 6 locations. Boswell's Home Furnishings, where you'll find great values for every room in your house. And Liberty Orchards, makers of applets and cutlets. Watch the Cashmere Girls at the State 1A Championships on the NCW Live channel.
And we're back at 9 minutes after the hour. Clear skies, 36 degrees with just a few high clouds. The clouds will be thickening up as the day progresses. We'll have fairly cloudy skies for tonight and for Saturday morning, and then sunshine returns Saturday afternoon, and gobs of sunshine coming our way on Sunday with temperatures cooling down to more seasonable norms. Here's what's making headlines this morning. Sheriff's deputies say an East Wenatchee woman physically abused her 13-year-old child. Then she stole a phone that contained video of the incident. Prosecutors in Douglas County charged 30-year-old Martha Albor Florencia with 3rd and 4th degree assault, 3rd degree theft, and tampering with evidence. They say she slapped the child, pulled his hair, struck him with a belt. This all happened on the morning of March 1st, then attacked and wrestled the phone away from a family member who was recording the assault. She's been jailed in Okanagan County since that incident happened. She faces arraignment on March 16th. The head of an illegal betting ring that gave odds on international soccer matches pled guilty Wednesday to money laundering and professional gambling. 54-year-old Joe Guadalupe Torres of East Wenatchee admitted in Chelan County Court to 6 felony counts. Judge Travis Brandt sentenced him to 6 months in jail. He may serve part of that term on work release. The gambling ring operated out of several businesses in Wenatchee, Kashmir, and Quincy, laundered an estimated $364,000 in illegal betting proceeds from 2013 to 2017. Prosecutors agreed to drop the most serious counts against Torres, including a charge of leading organized crime. That could have led to a prison sentence of up to 5 years. An accomplice in the scheme, Lucy Isabel Villa of Wenatchee, pled guilty to gross misdemeanor, and she earned herself 10 days in jail for that. 2 other defendants are charged with complicity, and they're scheduled for trial in the next couple of months. Well, the State House approved a controversial bill early Thursday morning requiring school districts to offer comprehensive sex education to all public school students, grades kindergarten through 12. The bill already had been approved in the Senate, but differences with the House version will need to be reconciled before it goes to Governor Jay Inslee for his signature. Strictly a party line vote, Democrats in favor of Senate Bill 5395, Republicans opposed. The debate began shortly after 5 o'clock Wednesday, dragged until 2 a.m. early Thursday morning. That's when the vote happened. Republicans proposed more than 200 amendments. All of them failed. Representative Mike Steele of Chelan said it was frustrating that Democrats on the House Education Committee refused to work with Republicans to make the bill more acceptable.
The biggest concerns that I hear over and over again, Madam Speaker, is that we have to have these conversations beginning so early in the K through 5 arena. I think if we had moved this conversation to 6 through 12, you would have seen some yes votes over here. Good policies that we think are age appropriate, that meet the needs and give the kids resources that help them to be informed, and help them be informed around a very sensitive subject area. When I think about the kids that we have a responsibility of educating, Madam Speaker, I think about teaching these kids to be good humans, teaching these kids to love one another with compassion, to be good neighbors. I think about teaching these kids that the world actually is a magical place. We should leave some innocence for these children, Madam Speaker. I'm not sure why we're rushing to remove the innocence from our youth. We put so much on them already, Madam Speaker. I don't know why we think it's appropriate to put more, to put such weight upon their backs at such young ages. This is heavy, heavy material, Madam Speaker. And I am disappointed that we don't take into account the fact that we want to maintain the innocence of our youth for as long as we possibly can. There'll be plenty of time, Madam Speaker, when those kids are older to have these very heavy, weighty discussions. Plenty of time in 6th through 12th grade to have these comprehensive sex education conversations. And so that's why I'm a little frustrated this evening, as I think we could have gotten to a place where policy and politics lined up, but we didn't accomplish that this evening. Thank you, Madam Speaker.
Now, if the differences in the bill between the Senate and the House are reconciled and it's signed into law by Governor Jay Inslee, the sex education instruction will begin in the 2021-2022 school year for grades 6 through 12, and in the 2022-23 school year for grades K through 5. And finally, Chelan County Sheriff's Deputy Danny Dunlop presented with the Life-Saving Award. This happened Tuesday. Sheriff Brian Burnett pictured there for her efforts to save a heart attack victim in Leavenworth. Dunlap applied patches from an automated external defibrillator, an AED, to the 60-year-old man and administered a shock. Emergency room physician Dr. Lance Joby on hand as well to praise Dunlap for her life-saving efforts. Good stuff there. 14 minutes after the hour. That's what's making headlines on this Friday. It's been a busy news week, and we'll be out of it again today with the newscast at 5 o'clock and 6 o'clock with the details. Here's Grant Olson.
Good morning, Dan. Coming up tonight on the NCW Life Evening News, a 25-year-old man accused of assaulting a Link Transit security guard and later punching a jail officer had his charges dismissed this week because he's too mentally impaired to stand trial. We'll have a look at the latest real estate snapshot for the Wenatchee Valley. I'll have a look at your North Central Washington weather forecast, and Eric Granstrom will have results from state tournament basketball action live from the Sun Dome in Yakima. All that and more coming up tonight at 5, 6, and 10 on the NCW Life Evening News. We hope to see you then. Dan?
I make a point of watching the news. I hope you do too. And if you have a news tip or you just want to drop us a line and say hi, we give you all kinds of different ways to do that, almost all of them internet related, because hey, this whole internet thing, I'm on record, it's going to take off. It's going to be a big thing. You can email us, news at ncwlife.com, news at ncwlife.com. You can go to our Facebook page, give us a big thumbs up, drop us a line via the Facebook Messenger, or you can go to our website, ncwlife.com. There's a Contact Us icon in the upper part of the screen. You can't miss it. If you click on it, a form pops up. Fill out the form, push send, and we get it here. Going to take a break. When we come back, we got highlights from both the Cashmere girls and the boys. Yesterday down in Yakima at the Sun Dome, kind of a mixed bag. The boys losing, the girls moving on to the state semifinals, and all things sports related in 1 minute. You're watching Wake Up Wenatchee Valley on the NCW Life channel.
My name is Brian Thorpe. I own Global Car Care in Wenatchee and have been here for about 25 years.
Brian started Global Car Care as Brian's automotive alternative on Orondo Street.
Some customers were following Brian since Brian's automotive time.
No, we're just grateful to be part of this community. This is where I grew up. We want to do our part to be a valuable part of this community. We want to thank you for trusting our business for 25 years.
Badger Mountain Brewing is proud to announce the grand opening of our new kitchen. Come try out our new menu featuring fabulous steaks, prime rib, gourmet burgers, and seafood grilled up by experienced meat master Chef Galen Goodman. To complement your mouth-watering meal, Badger Mountain Brewing features 14 in-house crafted beers, an alcohol-free root beer infused with 11 different herbs and spices, 3 different ciders, and a great wine selection. Don't miss out on the best meats and the best brews down at Badger Mountain Brewing, located at 1 Orondo Avenue across the tracks from the Pybus Market.
We're back at 17 minutes after the hour. Let's talk about sports. A mixed day for Cashmere at the state tournament in Yakima. Our very own sports director, Eric Granstrom, is there, and he followed this report.
The Cashmere Bulldog girls basketball team is in the semifinals of the state tournament here at the Sun Dome in Yakima after a big win in the quarterfinals on Thursday night by a final of 68-31 over Annie Wright. The only time the Bulldogs trailed in the game was in the first few minutes as the Gators claimed a 4-0 lead. That's when Cashmere went on a 17-4 run to end the quarter. The Cashmere defense held the Gators' Juliana Walker to just 8 points through 3 quarters. Cashmere coach Brent Darnell said he had specific things he asked the girls to focus on, and they delivered.
She's a handful. I told her after the game, I said, you know how much we practice that to try to take that away on you? I said, you are that good. And she is. And she's, to her credit, she's got a motor. You know, she just never gives up on both sides of the ball. But when we went into halftime, I think she was like 2 for 22 or 2 for 23 at the half. I thought we were doing a really good job just making it tough on her.
Man, she's a great player, and she, like Coach Darnell said, she has a motor to her, and she's going to do big things for her team, and she's a great leader. But, yeah, our game plan was to come in and take her shot away because she's a good three-point shooter, and I'll give her credit for that. But, yeah, everyone stepped up on our team. Haley Larson, Haley Van Lith, Allie Ball, Riley, Jalen, and I, we just all knew our role is to defend her 3-ball, and I think we obviously showed that tonight.
Hammond collected 3 first-half three-pointers en route to 13 in the game. Riley Johnson connected on 3 three-pointers of her own in the second half, also finishing with 13. Haley Van Lith led the way with 23 points, getting a chance to sit out most of the fourth quarter. Coach Darnell says it was important to get his starters a chance to rest.
We got to play a lot of girls, rest Haley and Grace and Riley and Erdman a lot tonight, which was really important for us. So, yeah, just really pleased with our team. Just really pleased.
Cashmere will face LaSalle in the semifinals tonight at 7:15, which will carry live on the NCW Life channel. Coach Darnell says they're very familiar with the Lightning.
Third straight year we've seen them in the state semis. They're really well coached. They pose some problems because they got a little bit of everything. Like, they're that team that has a good post player. They got some good guards around them. They're athletic. They got some depth. It's going to be, you know, we got our work cut out for us. That's a game that can go. That's a game that could go either way. They are better than when we saw them earlier in the year. We played them early, I think our second game of the year. They're better than where they were when we played them. But, you know, I think we are too. So it's going to be a fun game.
So it'll be Cashmere and LaSalle tonight, 7:15, right here on the NCW Life channel. Well, the Cashmere boys will have to come back through the consolation bracket after they fell to LaSalle by a final of 48-38 on Thursday. The Lightning were able to convert Cashmere turnovers into 12 points and present a defense that Coach Levi Hyan says they weren't quite ready for.
We haven't seen zone in so long because our kids are able to shoot teams out of it. So and they come in an odd front zone, and it's a little bit different where you're screening guys or where things are going, and we haven't seen it in months. And if we do see a zone, it's for 3 or 4 possessions, and then they're out of it. So it was a tough. They did a great job defensively against us, and we just couldn't get the looks we were looking for.
Kashmir shot just 34% from the field. We're only 4 of 26 from beyond the arc. The game was played on the multi-use floor here at the Sundome that has both the NBA three-point line and the high school line. And Coach Hines says it may have played a factor.
We've talked about that all week. That line, we don't touch it. We focus on the red line. That's the real three-point line. The NBA three-point line. We've watched a lot of teams go home yesterday because they were falling in love with that NBA line, and it is confusing and you see teams starting their offense farther back. We really tried to emphasize getting up there. We talked about in the shoot around. That was one of our main emphasis, was avoiding that black line and getting up there to the regular and working on our traditional spacing.
So Kashmir will face Meridian this morning at 10:30 in a loser-out game. The best the Bulldogs can do is 4th place here at the state tournament. At the Sundome in Yakima, I'm Eric Granstrom on the NCW Life Channel.
Thank you, Eric, for that report. As we all know, Haley Van Lith is headed for stardom, but the Kashmir 18-year-old is still just a girl from North Central Washington. Eric Granstrom has more on Haley Van Lith. It is the 4th and final edition of the Chase for the Gold Ball.
The Kashmir girls are one step closer in their chase for the gold ball. And even though there is so much hype and attention being paid on Haley Van Lith and this team, they try to just keep it real. Van Lith says she'll always be a kid from Kashmir no matter what.
It's weird to look at me and like my following and things that I've done, but like people don't understand, I guess, is that like I've grown up here. So the girls I've been playing with were friends with me before people even knew who I was. Like, everything around me is so familiar here, and like I'm just someone that lives in Kashmir, like this is the people that I'm closest to. They don't view me as someone from like Wenatchee even would. So I think that when I do especially go outside of the valley, like I am like famous, whatever people want to refer to me as, and it's definitely a different culture, but like here, like this is my home, this is my safe place. Everyone just calls me Haley, and that's just how it's always been.
The Kashmir girls have been playing all season in front of packed gymnasiums, and if you ask anyone from North Central Washington, they'll say how proud they are of Haley and Kashmir. Van Lith says she appreciates the support.
A lot of the people support our program, support me, and so they feel like they're a part of it, and they should. Like, they watch when I'm playing with Team USA, we play at like 1 in the morning this time. And like people will record it so they can watch it later, or they'll like stay up and watch it. And like that kind of dedication to show support for me and be there for me, they should feel like they're a part of it, and they have. They've been there with me every step of the way, and I'm about to, after we take care of the rest of the season, I'm about to move on to the next level. And they're just happy for me, and I couldn't be more grateful.
Keeping it real and not letting the outside noise get in has been a process for Haley to get used to. She says she's had to work on her self-confidence, especially in the face of random haters out there.
Me being in the media and experiencing the backlash that women get, or the disrespect.
Like what is that? People just putting you down saying, she's not as good as she says.
I was actually, Slam just posted a day in the life of me, and I was like reading it. And like the top comments in it are like, shut up, no one asked, like make me a sandwich. And just like, it's just disrespectful. At this point, like those people don't bother me. You guys don't get under my skin when you tell me to go make you a sandwich. I make a great sandwich, if that makes you prouder. Peanut butter and jelly. Okay. And like, it's just obviously motivation, but just putting women's basketball out there and us getting the respect that we deserve. Like when you think about it, right now in the WNBA, it takes a lot of passion and heart to like want to play professional women's basketball, because they're working just as hard, not if harder than the players in the NBA, getting paid 1/3 of what the NBA players are getting paid. So putting your body through what professional athletes put their body through is something that takes a lot of determination and heart, and just showing what women go through to play professional sports is something that I hope for the future for us.
To show how Haley is still just an ordinary kid despite being an extraordinary athlete, I asked her if she has any food weaknesses.
Tempting, I love like chips and like salt and vinegar chips. Like I would eat it every meal all day. Like I love them. And I still eat them, but there's just healthier alternatives that fuel my body so that I can go and perform, that I've learned that I enjoy because I'm not so achy. My knees don't hurt as bad. Like I'm feeling my body so that it's easier for me to play and it's more fun. So I think once you experience the benefits of those things, like it's a no-brainer for me as to why I want to choose to eat healthier.
Haley Van Lith is bound for an incredible future. Right now, she would like to just help her teammates hoist that gold ball Saturday night. With the NCW Live Channel, I'm Eric Grandstrom.
Thank you for that report, Eric. Gold Bulldogs. Other tournament play from yesterday. Let's walk you through the scores. Moses Lake, they dropped back into the consolation bracket. They lost to Union 56-51. The Chiefs will play Issaquah today at 10:30. They do have a chance to finish fourth. Ellensburg will have to come back through the consolation bracket as well. They lost to Linden at the Sundome 62-44. They'll face Port Angeles this morning at 9 o'clock. Lake Roosevelt lost their quarterfinal game of the 2B tournament in Spokane 57-46 to Life Christian. The Raiders will play Liberty out of Spangle today at 2:15. Brewster advanced to the semifinals of the 2B boys tournament. They knocked off Toutle Lake 51-27. The Bears will take on St. George's in the semifinals tonight at 9 o'clock. And Odessa edged Elmira Cooley Hardline in the quarterfinals 42-39. The Warriors will play at 9 o'clock this morning against Muckleshoot Tribal in the consolation bracket. The Wenatchee Valley Lady Knights got off to a great start at the NWAC tournament in Everett yesterday. They beat Tacoma 70-48. They knew they would be taking on Mount Hood in the quarterfinals today. Well, that's not going to happen. During the third game of the tournament, the host site decided to close their doors because a student in Everett is being tested positive for the coronavirus. So the game was allowed to be finished with North Idaho beating Lower Columbia, but then the tournament was suspended. And WAC Executive Director Marco Azurdio says they may resume the tournament in a week or so, but they got to work out a lot of logistics, like how are they going to do that? Maybe a new site, I don't know. Other women's college basketball last night. Here's your scores. Number 14, Oregon State down in the Cougars. Utah beat Washington. Central Washington topped Simon Fraser in the quarterfinals of the GNAC tournament in Seattle. The Wildcats will take on Alaska Anchorage in the semis tonight at 7:30. Eastern travels to play Weber State Saturday at 6 o'clock. Men's college basketball last night. Washington beat Arizona State 90-83. Arizona topped Washington State 83-62. And Eastern Washington no trouble against Idaho State. Men's college schedule tomorrow. Eastern will host Weber State. Washington State will be at Arizona State on the Pac-12 network. And the Huskies will tip it off in Tucson against Arizona at 7 o'clock on ESPN. The Wenatchee Wild. It's a must-win situation for the Skaters at the Town Toyota Center tonight against Vernon. Wenatchee is down 3-1 in their best-of-7 series against the Vipers. Again, Game 5 tonight at 7:05. A win would push the series back to Vernon on Sunday at 2 o'clock. And if necessary, Game 7 will be back in Wenatchee next Tuesday at 7:05. And finally, we'll talk baseball. Mariners shut out for the second straight Cactus League game. 3-0 on Thursday. The good news for the Mariners, UC Kikuchi had a good start. He went 3 scoreless frames. He allowed no hits, 5 strikeouts. Seattle will travel to Glendale to take on the Dodgers tonight at 5:05. 20 days until the start of the baseball season. And those are just some of the games that people are playing. I had seven different obscure holidays to choose from. Today's National Dentist's Day, National Dress Day, National Frozen Food Day, National White Chocolate Cheesecake Day. It's the National Day of Unplugging, which we all need to do more often. It's National Speech and Debate Education Day. We're not doing any of these, though. It's National Oreo Day. The Oreo cookies. It was on March 6th, 1912, that the National Biscuit Company, now known as Nabisco, filed a trademark for the Oreo cookie. So the Oreo cookie's birthday is today. The very first Oreos sold for 25 cents a pound. That's a pretty good deal. They were sold in cans that had a clear top. Over the years, of course, they started to develop more and more different kinds of Oreos. The double stuffed Oreo hit the market in 1974. The football Oreo in 1976. The big stuff Oreo in 1987. The mini Oreo in 1991. Mega stuff Oreos, just in case you gotta have your cream filling, in 2013. And then Oreo Thins in 2015. So some delicious facts about Oreo cookies. About 450 billion Oreo cookies have been sold since they were first introduced. They are available in more than 100 countries worldwide. More women than men are apt to dip their Oreo cookie in a glass of milk. Men bite the cookie. Men have a tendency to stuff the entire cookie into their mouth and eat it in one big piece. Women have a tendency to do it in nibbles. Oreos, by the way, 71% cookie. The basic Oreo, 71% cookie, 29% cream filling. Happy National Oreo Day. Finally, the bottom of the hour, we got some Today in History. After a 13-day siege by 3,000 Mexican troops, the Battle of the Alamo happened on this date 184 years ago in San Antonio, Texas, March 6th, 1836. All 187 Texas volunteers, including Jim Bowie and Davy Crockett, defending the Alamo. All of them were killed. The fort was captured. The Battle of the Alamo happened on this date 184 years ago today. This is the anniversary of the worst Supreme Court decision of all time. The famous Dred Scott decision was handed down by the court on March 6th, 1857, 163 years ago. Dred Scott, according to the Supreme Court, was a Negro whose ancestors were imported into the U.S., sold as slaves, and whether he was enslaved or a free man, African Americans are not American citizens and have no standing to sue. Oops, the biggest self-inflicted wound in the court's history happened 163 years ago today, and it played a significant role to the oncoming Civil War. And finally, 45 years ago today, it was on this date, the Zapruder film of the Kennedy assassination had been around for a while, but had never been seen in public outside of courtroom sessions and things like that. It had never been seen by the vast majority of American people. That changed on the evening of March 6, 1975. Good Night America was a late-night talk show hosted by Geraldo Rivera, and he had two Kennedy assassination, theorists on the show, and they brought their own copy of the Zapruder film, and they showed the Zapruder film to a nationwide television audience, and it happened for the first time in the state 45 years ago today, and it shocked the nation, as you might imagine. People had never seen it before. Finally, birthdays. The greatest left-handed pitcher ever, Robert Moses Lefty Grove, born in this state in 1900. I died in 1975 at the age of 75, inducted into the Hall of Fame. 9 times led the American League in ERA. That's by far the best ever. 2 times a Triple Crown winner. 4 times led the American League in wins. 7 times strikeout winner. 300-game winner. Lefty Grove, the greatest left-handed pitcher ever, was born on this date 120 years ago. Ed McMahon will always be known as Johnny Carson's sidekick. He was born in the state of 1923. We lost Ed in 2009. But Ed McMahon was a war hero. He flew 85 combat missions during the Korean War and won 6 air medals. He was a Marine and darn proud of it. Ed McMahon, born in the state in 1923. Greatest jazz guitarist in my mind is Wes Montgomery. I love the music of Wes Montgomery. He didn't live very long. He was born in the state in 1923. He lived in a paper-thin apartment in Indianapolis, Indiana. Very small apartment with a whole bunch of kids, so he taught himself to play guitar with his thumb so he could play nice and soft and not wake the kids up, and it became his trademark. Wes Montgomery, born in the state of 1923. I'll listen to some Wes Montgomery when I get home. And finally, happy birthday to Shaquille O'Neal, 48 years old. I've seen his shoe. It's big. Gonna take a break. Mike McKnight's Gun of the Opinion. Then my conversation with Leslie Freitag from the Pybus Public Market and the Vitulis, Jane and Kevin Vituli, whose late son Nick is the inspiration for Nick's Bricks, which happens tomorrow morning at the Pybus Public Market. Those conversations coming up. You're watching Wake Up in Wenatchee Valley on the NCW Life channel.
Nissan is the value leader in new cars and SUVs. Check out these new models starting at under $20,000. The all-new Versa from $17,020. The all-new Sentra from $17,400, and the all-new Kicks from $17,995. Now you can have the Nissan style, performance, and reliability, all for under $20,000.
And they're all here at Town Nissan, up behind Costco in East Wenatchee.
Family roles change with time. You may find yourself being an unpaid caregiver to a loved one. Caregiving can be rewarding, but also stressful. Taking care of yourself is vital. Aging and Adult Care of Central Washington has low or no cost services for unpaid caregivers, such as in-home support, care supplies, and counseling. Connect in your local area by calling Aging in Adult Care at 800-572-4459 and mention you're interested in caregiver support.
It's our fabulous clearance time at Collins in downtown Wenatchee. Savings up to 75% off. It's our famous buy one, get one free sale. That's right, buy one clothing sale item and get the next one of equal or lesser value free. Brands like Tribal, French dressing, rib top, Icelandic, jackets, vests, tops, jeans, and dresses. We have boots at 50% off, select Brighton and Lotus 50% off, handbags and jewelry. Come in ASAP for the best selection at Collins, where fun meets fashion in downtown Wenatchee.
Doghouse Motorsports just won Best Motorsports Store for the 6th year in a row. Is it the great facility? Is it the fantastic products? Or is it?
I'm Bobby.
And I'm Tabor.
I'm Mike. And I'm Glenn.
Hi, I'm Todd.
I'm Jeff.
And this is the Doghouse Service Team.
Hi, I'm Dee.
And I'm Dwayne.
And I'm Kathy.
Come on in and experience the Doghouse.
Are you in the Doghouse?
How do you know when it's time to go to Boswell's Furniture? When you know the look you love, the colors you want, but need a little design help to bring it all together. With Boswell's complimentary design service, Glenn, Buffy, and Teresa guide you until your vision becomes reality. More styles, more fabrics, and more choices of quality home furnishings fill Boswell's expansive 2-story showroom so you can see it and feel it before you buy. Come into Boswell's and explore the endless possibilities of home furnishings. Boswell's on Easy Street. It's closer than you think.
Hey folks, Carrie from Blueberry Hills. A chill is in the air and it's a perfect time for some old-fashioned comfort food like our amazing Eggs Benedict, chicken fried steak, French dips, soups made from scratch, or fruit pies fresh from the oven. The crowds might be gone, but we're still here for you folks. So bring an appetite and a friend to Blueberry Hills in Manson, where you pick, you sit, you eat, and you visit. Open Wednesday through Sunday from 8 to 3. wildaboutberries.com.
This is Mike Mad Dog McNutty, and everybody is entitled to my opinion. Now, I recently read a book about serious issues of domestic violence in our society. And now this is an issue close to me. I've been dealing with domestic abuse issues as a cop and as a therapist for most of my adult life. And at one point, the author of this book stated that Republicans didn't care about abused women because they didn't vote for some funding for domestic abuse victims programs. No, whoa, wait a minute. Now, isn't it possible that the politicians who didn't vote for these programs simply didn't believe that federal funds should be spent in that manner, not because they hated women? To make a derogatory conclusion about any politician because they don't feel that money should be spent on what you think money should be spent on is part of the divisive logic that's detrimental to mature problem thinking. Now, I have worked to stop domestic violence against women for decades, and I don't think all proposed programs in this area should be paid for by the feds. What does that make me, a woman hater? Hey, this is Mike Mad Dog McNutty, and that's my opinion.
AC Checker has new owners who put customer service first. When you have to get there on time, call fast, friendly, reliable AC Checker, 663-TAXI. AC Checker has the industry's only on-time or it's free guarantee. Conditions apply. Call AC Checker, 663-TAXI to schedule your cab or schedule online at acchecker.com. Call American Classic Taxi, 663-TAXI. That's 663-8294.
You love to help others. You need a solid career. You can have it all with help from Charter College. Our 10-month medical assistant program prepares you to work in healthcare settings like physician offices, rehab centers, and clinics. You'll learn to take patient vitals, assist with exams, administer injections, and maintain medical records. When you're ready to launch a rewarding healthcare career, visit chartercollege.edu because we work to get you to work.
Welcome back to Wake Up Wenatchee Valley. Once a month, we come here to the second floor, the loft of South here at Pybus Public Market, where communities meet, and we catch up with our friend Leslie Freitag, the executive director of the Pybus Market, about all cool things Pybus happening for the month of March. It's going to be an incredible month for you guys, an incredibly busy month for you guys.
A very busy month. It's one of our busiest months of the year.
But first things first, you got a new tenant coming in.
We do. Sadly, Full Bloom Plants at Flowers and Plants left us at the end of last month.
They basically ran out of room. Wasn't that about it?
They outgrew the space. It's only 600 square feet, and they really do most of their business is in weddings, and they needed a larger footprint. So, but we are delighted to announce that McGregor Farms is coming, and McGregor Farms is honey and bees. They are beekeepers, and so we have a wonderful shop going in with honey and mead.
Ooh.
Does anyone know what mead is?
I haven't got a clue.
Well, so it was the very first alcoholic beverage ever invented by man.
You think I would know that?
You would think. It beats beer.
Wow.
And they have one of their sons is a mead maker,
Okay.
and so it's going to become a tasting room. We're really excited about it. So you'll be able to experience and learn about mead, as well as taste all of their wonderful varieties of honey-related products. So it'll be a happening spot down there.
When you get a vacancy, which is extremely rare here at the Pybus, how does that process work when you solicit for somebody to take over a space that's going to be vacated? Walk me through that.
So yes, well, first thing we do is send out a press release and announce that somebody is leaving and why. And then we say that we are accepting applications for a new tenant. And the board here has a tenant committee. We meet with everyone. We ask to review their business plan, get to know them, and it's a very, we really spend a lot of time looking at, will that be a business bringing something creative and new to our region? So yes, and we only want independents and locals.
Right. It
Yes.
sounds like a perfect fit.
It is.
Yeah.
We are delighted. And actually, McGregor Farms has been with the Wenatchee Valley Farmers Market for the last 4 or 5 years.
Okay.
So they're known here in the community, and we're delighted to bring them into a permanent home.
But I think it says a lot about the strength and the resiliency of the Pybus Public Market. Almost every one of the anchor tenants have been here since day one.
Since day one.
Yeah,
Yes.
they're not going anywhere.
They're not going anywhere. We love them all. They are who helped create what Pybus has become today, is this wonderful place to come.
One of the things that surprised me from the last time we filmed here is how busy the indoor playground is at the local Event Center.
Yes.
That's a great thing.
It is a great thing. Parks and Recs comes down between November and the end of March every year. And it's a wonderful program. It's a great place for families to bring their little ones. It's Monday through Thursday, 9 to 12, $1 for a Wenatchee resident, $1.50 for everyone else, and it's great.
And the people who actually work from Parks and Rec, who are keeping care of the kids and making sure everything stays in the up and up, they love their job. You can tell.
Oh yes,
They're
I mean,
digging
it's
it.
fun. Yes,
Yeah, they're really
as I said,
digging it.
it's the happiest place.
Yeah, there you go. That's Disney. Copyright Disney.
Copyright, yes.
I don't want to get in trouble there.
No.
What else is happening event-wise in March?
Some great events coming up. We begin March 7th with Nick's Bricks coming to Pybus, and we'll be talking about that a little bit later. We're excited. We're going to really do something fun for St. Patrick's Day. Yes, and Wenatchee's shortest parade, St. Patrick's Day parade of the world, will end their parade. They do their one block, and then they'll be coming down here for their award ceremony. We'll have music. We'll have fun things going on at the restaurants, and Irish dancers, and free gifts, surprises for anyone wearing green.
Okay.
So that'll be really fun on St. Patrick's Day. And then on Saturday the 21st, we will be having our nonprofit day, which is really a wonderful thing. We coordinate that with the Community Foundation, and it's an opportunity for all the nonprofits in the region to have a table and a space to talk about what their missions are and make new friends.
And get volunteers, and it works every time, too.
It works every time, and
Yeah.
it's something, we get calls all year long about when is it, both for the nonprofits who want to be sure they get a table, and also for, local residents here. Where can I go to volunteer? So it's a great fit.
How's the winter going so far at Pybus?
We've had a very mild winter. We had a
Yeah.
significant snow plan this year that we didn't really have to implement,
Oh,
so that
okay.
was good. Saved us a few pennies, which is always good. Yeah, no, it's been a great.
And the new entryway closest to Orondo is it's so much
plaza.
better than it used to be, the plaza, yeah.
Yes, it is. And we are busy planning. We have lots of exciting events that we're working on from the summer going through the fall season. So lots new things.
Well, from an infrastructure standpoint, the two things that people noticed was the entryway was kind of yucky, and now you have the plaza.
Yes.
And the old room, which is now the local Event Center, is a fantabulous meeting space. So
It is.
those two big headaches have been taken care of.
Yes.
In the world of the infrastructure of Pybus, anything down the hopper you want to talk about?
One of the things that's on our radar, very much on our radar screen, is the west parking lot. It's concrete. It's full of pock marks.
It's the original concrete.
It's the
I mean,
original concrete, and we, our building committee is currently actually doing some studies, and we're trying to figure out what the options might be, and hopefully we'll be able to do something next year. It's in our capital plan for 2021.
And of course, the parking lot is always full too, which is always good.
Always full, yes. And and especially we go down to the south and we're on the dirt, and hopefully someday that's also another opportunity. But we're waiting for the south of Pybus development to get finalized to see how that's going to all shake out too.
I would be remiss, since we're here visiting, to talk about, as we all know by now, Wenatchee Valley Brewing is pulling out.
Yes, they are.
Where are we in that process? I know there's some things you can't tell me, but I at least have to ask because I'm here.
Yes. Again, our tenant committee we've visited with lots of people. There was extraordinary interest in the space, and I think we're getting really close to be able to announce something within the next few weeks.
Okay. I am assuming because of the infrastructure, it's going to be food related because it has a commercial kitchen and all that stuff. That's just an assumption, but is it?
We'll have to wait. Stay tuned.
Leslie's being coy. By the way, if you go to the Pybus website, the calendar is super easy to use. You click on it, you get all the information. That's how I read up about Nick's Bricks, which is what we're going to be talking about here in a couple minutes. Anything else on your mind, Leslie, while I have you here?
No, the only thing I would like to play a little commercial. We're always recruiting for ambassadors, so volunteers that man our info booth, and they're our first face to all of the guests that come to visit us. So if anyone is interested, just email volunteer@pybusmarket.org, and we'd love to meet you and get you involved with our ambassadors.
I talked to your head ambassador person last month. She's really good.
She is.
She's really good.
Yes,
Yeah.
Ann Appleby does a great job
she
for
does
us.
a great, and her husband too. We need
Yes,
to mention
Pat,
that as well.
yes.
So even though Pat didn't do TV, Leslie, it's great to see you. We're going to take a quick break, and then we're going to talk about Nick's Bricks. We're going to talk to Nick's parents about the inspiration of Nick's Bricks, which is actually the really big event that's going to be happening here on March 7th.
March
I got that
7th.
right. Yeah.
Yes, starting at 9 a.m.
Yep. And that'll be the topic of conversation when we come back. We are broadcasting Wake Up Wenatchee Valley here from south on top of Pybus on Wake Up Wenatchee Valley. We'll be right back.
At Local Myth Pizza, we believe in real food, freshly prepared with only premium ingredients. Our cheeses are imported from Italy. Our sauces, dressings, and even our sausages are made in-house fresh daily. Featuring Northwest craft beers and 30 Chelan Valley wines and ciders. Family fun and amazing food. Eat local, drink local, and be local at Local Myth Pizza.
Come see why Sunset Magazine says you can't beat Local Myth Pizza.
Green Motion e-bikes have rolled into Wenatchee. We've got fun, affordable e-bikes for the whole family. Portable e-bikes that fit right in the trunk of your car. Fat tire mountain bikes plus unique vintage style bikes you won't find anywhere else. Get some exercise with pedal assist or just cruise up to 20 miles per hour with the throttle. Starting under $1,000, Green Motion e-bikes are affordable fun for the whole family. Green Motion e-bikes is located right downtown on the corner of Palouse and Wenatchee Avenue.
Welcome back to Wake Up Wenatchee Valley. I am Dan Kuntz. We are continuing our March profile of events going on at the Pybus Public Market. Introduce yourselves to our television family, please.
Yes, my name is Kevin Vituli.
And I'm Jane Vituli.
And Kevin and Jane were the parents of Nick, which is what we're going to talk about, Nick's Bricks. You lost your son, tragically, in Africa.
Yes.
You want to talk first a little bit about Nick before we dive into Nick's Bricks itself?
Sure.
Either one of you, go right ahead.
Yeah, well, our son Nick, he was 24 years old when we lost him, and he was a real playful kind of guy. He loved Legos, so we were able to kind of parlay his love of Legos into this event at the Pybus.
What was the inspiration behind this event, Nick's Bricks, besides Nick himself as a human being, the fact that he was well loved?
Well, he did love Legos. He loved them his whole life, actually. He started as a little boy, but he loved them even as an adult. And when we saw that the Pybus put on a Lego event, we saw that and we thought, wow, Nick would have loved that. And so graciously, the Pybus asked if we wanted to be involved and have this named after Nick, which is just amazing in itself. We're so thankful to the Pybus, but it's a really fun event for kids, and we're just really honored to be a part of it.
Kevin, what exactly is the event for those people who've never seen this before?
Yeah, the main thing is it's a make and take, meaning you could come and make your creations with Legos, and then you take that home with you. It's all free, so that's pretty exciting. Usually people like things that are free, and but we've kind of created a little more of a festive and party atmosphere, I could say, around it. There's music, there's Lego cookies, there's a toddler room for young kids that don't do Legos to come and play. And so we've really tried to create a real fun day for families.
What is it about Legos? I mean, I love Legos, and I'm 55 years old. What is it about them that just...
Well, Legos, that's what's really fun, is everybody likes Legos, girls, boys, adults, and it brings the community together. And that's just really special, because you see families come in and all different types of kids and families and grandmas come, and they put their phones down and they play with Legos, and they just have a fun day. There's displays there, and construction hats that they wear, and plaid shirts they wear in honor of Nick, and it's just a really fun day for everybody.
Is Nick metaphysically watching this, you think, on Saturday?
I think so.
Yeah.
We hope so. I think he would have just absolutely loved this.
We try to measure everything we do with this event as what would Nick do, so we think he's watching over this.
Yeah.
What do you want people to take away from this when they come? They don't even have to play with Legos. What do you want people to take away from this event, Nick's Bricks? I'll let you go first.
Right. I think just the need to come together as a community and take care of each other and have a good time. It's a time for families to really take time with their children. You know, we live busy lives, but if they can just come for a day, and like I said, you don't see a lot of cell phones out. You just see a lot of families come together and have fun, and I just think that's so important. And that's what we really enjoyed about Nick, is he enjoyed fun and family. That was what he was all about. So that's what I want as a takeaway.
Kevin, same question.
Yeah, there is a little bit of a takeaway in the sense that we've known that Legos have a connection to STEM learning, and so if we're getting kids hooked on this STEM learning type of environment, and Legos have done that. So, you know, that's not the motivation necessarily, but it's a secondary thing that we like to see, and so I think that's an important aspect of this.
Who says education can't be fun? But the word I'm taking away from this is fun.
Yeah.
Yes.
Come down here and have fun. Kids of all ages, right?
That's right.
Whole 9 yards.
Yes.
Do they just show up? What do they need to know about March 7th for the people out there watching? What do they need to know?
Yeah, so it's been very amazingly successful the last couple of years. So this year we do kind of have a new format. It is first come, first served, but there is going to be 4 separate sessions of an hour each. And so people can come, they can get in line or register. We will give them a lanyard that kind of corresponds to their session that they're going to be in. And then they can come back for that, or if they're in the first session, they would just kind of go right through. So we're trying to, thanks to Leslie, we're organizing it a little bit more this year and trying to control the crowds that we've had last year.
You had 500-600 last year, didn't you? Something like that?
We had 850 kids.
Wow.
And so multiply that by the families, and so it was pretty busy here at various times. So we're trying to control that a little bit more.
Well, Leslie's an organizational whiz on that.
Yeah, she's wonderful. I just can't say enough about the Pybus Market and their love for the community and the love that they've poured out to our family. I'd also like to just thank the Rutherford family. Karen and Peter have donated a lot of time and Legos to this event.
I was going to ask you, where are the Legos coming from?
Well, they have donated much of the Legos, but we have a lot of sponsors for this event now that are also part of this. It's incredible how the community has so quickly come together and supported this event.
We have over 30 sponsors this year, and they donate money, and we're able to buy Legos. And people worry about us running out of Legos. We're not going to run out of Legos.
Not gonna happen.
So there's about 800 pounds of Legos coming down for this.
That's a lot of Legos.
That's a lot of Legos.
Yeah, almost half a ton of Legos.
We are excited this year though as well, because we have Boone Langston, who's a contestant on Lego Masters. coming, and he's going to be a part of.
Was that the super secret thing I've been hearing about? So now the cat's out of the bag there.
I'm sorry.
No, that's fine.
That's
fine.
We're really excited, and if you're watching that at all, you'll see he's one of the better Lego masters on that show, I think. So he's going to come and talk, and I think he's going to bring some of his creations.
Oh, wow.
Which will be really special.
So it starts at 9 o'clock.
Yes.
9 a.m.
How much does it cost?
It's free.
I love it.
It's
How much?
free.
Let's give me the name of my book. How much does it cost if it's free? I'm going to write a book called that.
Yes.
But even though it's first come, first serve, you want to avoid just a big mob of people at 9 o'clock too, right? So
right. You can come throughout the day.
Throughout the day, you're not gonna you're gonna get a
run
Lego
out of
thing.
Legos.
Right.
Right. Each session will, there's reserved cookies and hats and Legos for each session.
Good.
So nobody, if you go in a later session, there'll be just as much as the first session. So.
Good. Can we bring a camera down and take a look at it while we're down here?
Absolutely.
We would love that. We would absolutely.
More information on Nick, who was a wonderful guy, only 24. It's a tragedy in many respects, but his light burns on in this event, and I love that. Go to the Pybus Public Market, and you'll see the icon there, and click on it, and you can read up all about Nick's bricks and all that good stuff. And have fun on Saturday the 7th. That's what we want you to do. Thanks for joining us on Wake Up Wenatchee Valley.
Thank you.
I appreciate it.
Thank you so much.
We are Wake Up Wenatchee Valley here at the Pybus Public Market, as we do it once a month up above south here on the second floor. And Wake Up Wenatchee Valley continues right after this.
It's estimated that 1/3 of Americans do not have a financial plan. At D.A. Davidson, their advisors are working to change that because they understand the importance of planning for the future. At D.A. Davidson, they believe in partnering together to build a strategy tailored to your needs. They spend the time and have the knowledge to help keep your financial future on track. Let D.A. Davidson Financial Advisors of Wenatchee put the strength of advice to work for you.
Club Crow Bar and Grill in Cashmere is your place for famous blues, brews, and barbecue. We are your one-stop bar and grill, serving breakfast, lunch, and dinner 7 days a week. Hi, Justin here, owner of Club Crow Bar and Grill in Cashmere. Looking for a fun night out? Join us at Club Crow. We have live bands to rock the night away, comedy to make you laugh, and if that's not enough, we have poker every Monday and Wednesday night. Club Crow in Cashmere has it all. Check out our Facebook event page for dates and times. Club Crow Bar and Grill in Cashmere, the coolest place in town.
I'm Tom from Alpine Air Heating and Cooling. At Alpine Air, we think of ourselves as customer service-oriented retailers. When you make an appointment, please visit our store, meet our people, see our shop. We are serious about heating and air conditioning. Carrier and Alpine Air are offering huge factory rebates and financing options for all your needs. Turn to the experts at Carrier and Alpine Air. Call for your free replacement estimate. Heat and air, call Alpine Air, 662-6846.
Is search engine optimization right for my business? Maybe. Studies show the first and second search results get 50% of all the clicks. But you have to fight national chains to get there. If the user has to scroll down to find you, tough luck. You could hide a dead body on page 2 and the whole zombie apocalypse on page 3. Or you could spend less and get an ad in the Impact Big Print phone book, giving local businesses a chance to shine.
Impact Directories. Bigger print, better book.
All right, about a minute to go left in this award-winning edition of Wake Up Wenatchee Valley. I just gave myself an award. Why not? From the National Weather Service, one more look at your weekend weather forecast. The clouds will be thickening up. As the day progresses, will be fairly cloudy by the time we get to noon or so, and quite a bit of cloud cover by the end of the day today. Could even see a raindrop or two tonight. Overnight low, today's high of about 55 degrees, again with the clouds thickening up, increasing. Snow level tonight's going to go down to about 1,000 feet. We're not expecting any snow, maybe a little bit of light rain. Overnight low of about 35. Clouds most of the day Saturday, most of the morning anyway. By Saturday afternoon, gradually the sun will be coming out. And it's going to be staying out for a while with a high tomorrow of about 47. Lots of sunshine. Sunday highs will be right around 48. That's about normal for this time of year. Right around 49 or 50 is a normal afternoon high. So it's going to be just a couple of degrees below normal on Sunday. And the reason why is look at those overnight lows on Saturday and Sunday night. Look at that, 26, 26. Going to get chilly, going to get down below freezing. So the overnight lows are going to be below normal. That's going to postpone the time it takes for the sun to warm us up. So slightly cooler than normal, but quite a bit of sunshine. Once we get to Saturday afternoon, it looks like it's going to be sunny for the balance of the week. My friends from the Women's Service League will be my guest on Monday. Have a great weekend. We'll see you then. Bye-bye.